You went to the puzzle. I think that my sweet spot probably like on the like more complicated end, but I don't know. I feel like Viewfinder was really high up there on a good balance of like time and difficulty on puzzling, and that one sticks out pretty high for me on like my threshold of tolerance. And Blueprints is doing a pretty good job, but I also feel like it's pushing way harder on me than I want. Like, yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that there is a hump that people hit where they either fall backwards from it or they just ramp right over it from what I'm seeing. And I just don't think there's like I don't think there's a lukewarm take on this one. I think you're going to bounce off of it or you're going to be over the moon with it. We'll see. I need yeah. It might be lower. It might be low top 10 if at all. Like there's been a lot for me this year, and I mean that's probable game of the year for me at this point. Like at this point that is probably like I'm looking ahead right now, man, and I games that are coming out in 1.0, I'm legitimately measuring like, yeah, this I don't really think this will, what I know about this, like, cause my hype was so high to have it come in and exceed it. It's pretty special, man. So we'll see. All right, let's get this game pulled in here and see what the kids are up to on this boat. All right, Chase. Happy Monday to you. We are back on the Obra Dinn.
Open seas.
Open seas.
Well, I guess this. Well, yeah, this is still the open sea. Like we were on like a little dinghy to get on here, right?
Yeah. I should make this bigger for everybody. So we are 36 fates solved, over the course of 6 hours and 37 minutes. The last time we played this, we are kind of at a we're at a bit of a standstill here, Chase.
I think there might be a little bit of tiredness that's happening.
Yeah.
And which has come in the form of brute force in a couple of these last puzzles.
Yeah.
The last ones that we've done so far, anyway.
I'm there. That's where I'm at with it. I'm enjoying this quite a bit, but I think the way we're playing this is not helping, and I mean that in the best way possible. Like,
yeah.
The
I think
length
it's also
of
a little
time.
frustrating that we just haven't found new bodies. Like
Mhm.
for the last couple episodes, we've been.
Should we just work on that tonight?
I don't know how you work on that. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know if we've. I can't remember when I first played this game.
That's weird. I don't know what just happened there.
Yeah. It's like, did we just get our wish granted? No. But like, I don't remember when I played this game if you had to get so many bodies at this point identified before something else would show up.
Well,
or if you just found another set of bodies somewhere on the ship.
I'm at a point where I know it's not entertaining, but I'm at a point that like we can kind of cheat. If you want to do that to get to the point where we can start finding bodies again.
All right, look, open your book up and tell me which chapters do we not have any bodies for?
Okay.
Like which are our blank ones? Part 8, a soldier doesn't see, but that has a circle on it, but because I think that's that's going to be an important thing.
Yep. All right, let me back this up because I think that they were. So we don't have anything of 3.
3, okay.
We don't have anything of 1. I think we have all of 2. Yeah, 2 solved. If you want to make a little star by that. 3, we just need. I'm sorry, we don't have anything on 3. 4, I think is done. Let me double check. Yeah, 4 is done. We don't have 5 figured out.
Okay, I can help us out here.
Okay.
Go to your map.
The map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I need you to go to the first mate's cabin on the gun deck.
Okay, that's the second. And the first mate cabin is the far back left.
Back right. Yeah.
Back right, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so going down.
This will help us find a new body.
Hey, is that a body?
There you go.
It's a foot bone. Nice pickup.
On your toes.
Oop.
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
Okay.
I think we've seen that guy before.
He's another tattooed fella.
Maybe? Oh, no, I don't think we have seen him before.
Wait, there's a tattoo on the arm. That was that was hanging out of the arm that had the dress on it.
Yeah, in the beds?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
That'll be easy to figure that guy out. And then we've got a guy taking a hostage here. That's a mate. We should know who that is. Is that a Formosan? Yep.
Yep.
I don't know if we know him or not.
Who are you?
We know him. He's like a midshipman guy, I think.
Yeah.
This guy's
Damn.
having a bad time.
Moida.
She wrote.
Okay, we're at the Canary. I think that's the chest from the boat.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to go back to that one chapter to figure out
Yeah, he got shot though. We know that much.
Yes. He got shot by a mate. I don't remember which one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here and take a look at the rest of this.
Well, go to the 11 others are present, because that'll show.
Oh yeah.
If we have that guy, the mate. Can you go to that image and?
Oh shit! Hang on.
Yeah, and yeah, there we go. Edward Nichols.
That's who shot him, right?
Second mate. Yeah.
Yep. Second mate. Okay.
That's gonna take us to some other bodies, maybe. That guy hanging.
What? Oh, this guy. Yeah.
Yep. He got strung up.
He certainly did. Where are we going?
Little wild goose chasing before we get you
It
to
seems
the
like it.
place where you hung. There he is.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty
Well,
by
that's his name.
self-confession
That helps.
of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
That also helps.
Miss Liam.
Quiet.
Okay.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line.
Oh, this is that scene.
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
That also
Right, sir.
helps.
Yep.
Ready, men. Aim. Fire.
That's cool. That's cool. We actually get to see the photograph.
Yeah.
Fuck, there's a lot of people here. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's here. Yeah, we know that guy. Yeah.
I mean, who should I focus on? We have those guys.
Well, we know who's dead. I don't know who we're gonna say killed this guy. If all these gunshots are hitting him. Wolf is the guy in the hat, but
That's
we already
Wolf.
know him.
Yeah.
Um,
There's Miss Liam, who they said don't.
yeah, but we've already figured her stuff out too.
And then
Moson's.
we know that's Hawk, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And they said he killed Nunio, I think it's
Yeah.
Nunzio, something like that. Yeah, not much. I mean, hey, we saw the photo.
But we can also, like, that guy's holding, looked like a cooking utensil.
I think we already have him.
Do we have him? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's just already written in there for us.
Yep. How did he die?
A shot. Can we just say by everyone?
Yeah, he was shot by a gun.
Do we have to figure out exactly, like, trace the bullet things?
Oh, is there another way? Is there executed?
No.
He was torn apart.
We can go back in the memory and see.
Well,
if there's
let's do this. If I had to,
Wolf,
Wolf.
because he's the one who gave the order.
Yeah, where's he at?
He's a little higher.
Here we go. Christian Wolf, gunner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's him.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
And that's one, like, hey, we have a lot of information here. We can brute force that one easy enough.
28 other people were present.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Very useful.
Back out.
Sure. that's gonna be the guy he killed,
The guy he killed.
or the guy that.
Did he
they
say
said
how he killed him?
No,
Okay. Maybe that's what
but
this will be.
Lim seems to think he didn't kill him. So
Light.
we might have already had Hawk because we guessed all the other Formosans, so we
Mhm.
just like put his name in previously.
Yep. Huh.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Senora Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things.
Nichols was the main.
Watch your step. Here,
Who killed the other guy?
let me help you.
Ah, so this is Nichols doing.
Yep.
So that's our Nunio or whatever that guy is called.
The violinist.
Okay, and then that's Nickel, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so he's the one who committed the murder and then framed one of the Formosans. And that's Hawk. Okay, so he knocked
Hawk out.
that guy out,
Yeah.
did the deed, and then framed him. Okay. Is we see anybody else around? Is like Lim around somewhere? Oh, shiny.
That's the shell.
Mm-hmm. Shell in the box.
Okay.
Know what happens to the box? Nobody else is around, so we just gotta wait for this one to. There we go.
Okay.
So he was stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta remember who this guy is, though.
Well, I can go back and look at the transcript on the other one.
That's true. That's true.
That'll help us out here. Okay, who is this? And how
It's
did he
like
die?
Nunio or something. Like we can look through the manifest and figure it out. Or yeah, we could just. There you go.
Yeah,
Nunzio.
Nunzio.
Nunzio Pasqua.
Nunzio Pasqua. There he is. He's a passenger from Italy. He was stabbed, right? Knifed.
Is how they use it here.
And that was Nichols.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that one we definitely know for sure. That's great. So
We just
could
don't know
brute
about
force
this
Hawk
here.
If we need to.
Yeah.
But let's make sure we have like a third one we feel comfortable about.
This unknown soul was
This guy.
shot.
If we can figure out this guy.
Yeah, I can go do that when we get out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, put me back in here.
Yeah. You need to go back to the left. There you
Okay.
go. So are they going to? Was that it for this, or is there another body? Yeah, that was it for this.
Okay, this is it. All right.
So go back to that guy and then see the other memories he was present in. And then try to find that bitter coal, I think is the one, right?
Yeah, for was it him? Right?
Nope.
No, this guy. Oh shit, wrong way. This one here.
There you go.
Where is he at?
So click on his image.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
that. Yeah.
Two memories.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Yep,
part
there's-
one.
That's gonna be it.
All right. So
We gotta find his tattoo again. Find his number. Third deck.
I'm on him.
You alright?
Yep. I think it's this one. Yep. Is it this one?
I mean, it's this chapter, but it's not this one exactly.
Oh shit.
You see all
Whoops.
the guys' beds.
Yeah. Is this it? No. Oops.
Part 1. Okay.
Part 1. Okay.
So is he on the crown?
This guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
37.
7. Locked and loaded.
Got him. Got your ass.
Well, somebody else got his ass, but
Timothy.
hey, look at you.
That tattoo worked out for us.
It did. Good recall on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. That was a different guy. So, Wolf is not the guy who...
Wolf is
killed him,
not the
so-
guy.
So we've got another one we can brute force now.
I don't even think
fine.
I saw who they got. That last one.
It was like the guy who's like dancing in the
Oh, okay.
picture.
Alright, let me get out of this now that we solved that. So it's not Wolf, which means we probably need to go back to that memory.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people. There's a lot going on there to look around at anyway.
Back there. Oh, he's the one hanging.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look
Hok Seng Lao,
Trace
around.
the bullet paths.
guilty by
Yeah.
of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Which bullet's the farthest?
No, it's the one that's like has the blood spurting out of it.
As
Yeah.
captain of this
So you
ship,
follow that trail
and by
back.
the authority of the East India
So,
Company and
one on
thus
the right.
the Crown of England.
Yeah,
This
that's our
guy.
boy.
I
We
sentence
definitely
you
know
to
him.
death by
Yeah, we
firing
do.
line.
What's his name? Shit. Henry Brennan. So then we need to go back into our book. Change this to Henry Brennan.
There we go. Okay,
I think that one is as good as it can be.
I agree.
All right.
That was all of chapter 3.
But let me do another thing really quick. I want to look around here for a quick second because
Right, sir. Ready, men.
this guy back here, I saw him with that. Did we have him figured out?
We might. Yep.
Yep. So we had him as cook. All right, that worked.
Yeah,
out.
he got like killed by one of the mermaids or whatever.
You want me to leave this?
Is there anybody else we need to know here? I guess not. No, I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Peacing out.
Okay, tell me again the chapters that we're missing. I can tell you chapter 1 is something we find out like near the very end, so it's not
Okay.
that one. What are the chapters outside of that?
2 is done. 3 is done. 4 was done. 5 we needed
We're
this
close
guy.
on that guy, yeah.
Yeah. We got the Doom.
Go back to that blank page.
Until you.
Yeah,
Okay.
we wanted that one. So go back to the other blank page. So the one that had the circle around it. That's it.
On the cargo deck.
So part 8 for soldiers. It's okay. Cargo deck. We need to go to the bosun's store. There. Yeah. So that's the front part of the very bottom.
Front part of the
Or,
very
sorry,
bottom.
the back part of the very bottom.
Okay. On our way.
Yep. And this will be the last body of that.
So then we just gotta solve it because the last 2 chapters are pretty much it, right?
Mm-hmm. So we still have like a bunch of dudes, but yeah, we're
We'll hit lock on it. Up on the right, right?
Can you get inside there? There we go. That's our boy.
Oof.
Okay. So he got.
Oh, that's the dude that was up on the boat watching the shooting.
Yeah. We don't know if we know who he is. Maybe we do. But he definitely got spiked by this beast. We already know about that guy later, maybe.
Yeah, nothing there.
Do we call that spiked? Do we call, what do we call this? It seems
Impaled.
speared. Yeah, impaled. Maybe.
Oh,
It's Maba.
Maba.
We know that guy.
Yeah, I think we know him. Who are you?
Another dude.
I don't know if we do we know him too?
I think so. I think we know most of these dudes at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
We might not have their names now, but I think we've seen them all.
Who was this and how did you die? Well, I think we know. I think spiked is probably it, right?
Might be speared. Like that was like a longer thing.
Hmm.
Speared by a terrible beast. So let's figure out who the fuck this guy is.
I think it's spiked.
Okay, that's fine.
It says we should know who he is. He's been in 8 memories. He died here. So we know he was in the Unholy Captives. Most of that. Oh, there's Soldiers of the Sea. That's where we saw him, I think. No. It was like part 1 of that, right? Up here. It's part 3. He was definitely in that one memory where they shot the guy.
Yeah. I don't know if that tells us who he is though in that.
I don't think any of them do.
I mean, something's got to tell us something, right?
I
The
think
carpenter's mate,
yes. I think
just based on his like attire. Like he's
yeah. Yep.
Marcus. Maybe.
Or would he
So,
be the carpenter?
I I suppose that's also possible. Although he's black, so I feel like maybe they back in this time they wouldn't have let a guy be the carpenter. Maybe he's the carpenter's right hand man though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, that's fair.
So let's go back to the book. Let's see how many we have. Like, are we at a point where we can start brute forcing something, or
We don't know Martin.
really, we don't know one of the mates?
So
Or we
don't know how
what
he
happened
died.
to him.
Yeah, we don't know
Okay.
what happened to him. Sorry. Charles Minor. This is not right for him. We have stuff for him.
Yeah.
We don't have anything for Winston yet. We don't have anything. We think Marcus was getting spiked here. We don't have. Is that Olus?
Sure.
Or Duncan. Completely figured out. Finley, we have nothing for.
Yeah.
Zungi, we have nothing for. Philip, we have unknown. So we've at least seen that, I think. Is that Omid? We don't have anything for. Hong,
Chinese guys.
Jay, Nicholas, Nathan, George, and Samuel.
Okay. Let's just go through the book and see the people.
That's locked.
So that one's basically locked, but we
Basically locked.
No, that one is locked. That one is locked because we figured out who
Yeah,
shot
that
the
one.
idiot.
That one's locked. We don't know
That
about
might
Charles.
not be Charles Minor. We definitely know that guy was spiked.
Yep.
So if we feel like the other guy was spiked, then we could just go down a whole list of names here. So why don't we do that?
Okay, so click on his name.
And just pick any of the people who don't already have slashes through them. You don't have to do the unknown ones because that's
Okay.
just saying that's just like a half guess for these.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like, oh, I know it's a steward, I just don't know which one. That's like for you to use later. Okay, so couple things that might have fucked us up. One, we picked Charles Minor, or not
Mhm.
Charles Minor. We picked Winston for him.
Mhm.
The second one, which I think took away Winston, or
Oh,
Marcus
shit. Okay.
Gibbs. I think that took away Marcus for the other guy when we chose him.
So should I do Marcus here?
No, because we think the other guy might be Marcus, right?
Potentially. Yeah.
Is he still marked down as Marcus on the other guy? Black
What
guy?
chapter was that?
It's End of Soldiers at Sea. There was.
We have him as
Okay,
Marcus
so
here.
he's still marked as Marcus, so that's
You
fine.
want me to try
So-
the other way around?
No. I think what we need to do is, I think if we've gone through all the names and we feel like this might be Marcus,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe he wasn't spiked. I think maybe we say Spirit instead.
I mean, we don't know if he's Marcus.
That's true. We don't. We could pick Winston for him and then go through the list again with the other guy. There. And then if none of these work, then we can call that one guy speared and then try the different carpenter, and carpenter's mate with that guy again. It's again, little.
Okay.
Okay.
So we want to go back over here.
Yeah. And we can still call him Winston for now, but maybe we say he got speared instead of spiked.
Connecting. Yep.
Okay.
Weird. I wonder what's. Oh, it should be back.
Okay. Yep. Looks like we're back now.
Okay. All right. So speared.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're with us, I can promise you, you didn't miss anything.
He did not miss anything.
So we called that guy Marcus now, and that he was
yeah.
speared, and we're gonna run through all the names for this other guy one more time. And if that's wrong, then we know something. we're definitely on the wrong path with somebody. Ah, man. Thought this was going to work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want to look up this guy's name? Unholy Captives Part 1.
Yeah. Trying to... Okay, here we go. This is going to help us.
Figuring them out.
Yes. So parts, we want... There's a... I'm sure this is probably better arranged in another place that I'm not looking. Sorry, which one was this? This is
Part
Unholy
1
Captives,
of
part one.
Unholy Captives. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's run through the names again just so I can see them.
Martin,
Okay.
Charles,
guys.
Winston. None of them?
Nope. None of these guys.
Okay.
Huh. Back up one.
Okay.
I don't see. Wait, hang on. Sorry, I was looking at a different guy.
Oh, damn it, Chase.
Okay, because we found everybody from Formosa, so that's good. So,
Mhm.
all right, I will tell you, this guy is a seaman. And I also don't see his. Well, I do see his name.
This is crossed out.
It is crossed out, so we've got his name for somebody else for some reason. Who do we have as these other guys that we thought they might have been?
I mean, he was for sure spiked, right?
Yes, he's pretty clearly spiked.
Yeah. All right. So something else is not right. Let me back this train up really quick.
Mm-hmm.
2 is all done, so I can go back to 3. I feel this is locked and loaded.
It is, yeah.
So we know we have
I
2 right
didn't look
at
for
this
sure,
point.
but yes, that we can basically call 3 locked.
Okay.
4 is locked.
We think this is locked.
I'm gonna say I think it's locked.
Okay. So there should be a trigger though. Like if it does groups of 3.
Yes, but we're not for sure that one guy was the carpenter or carpenter's mate.
But we don't need that. So here's 1.
Uh-huh. That's 2, yes.
2.
Uh-huh. What's our third?
I don't know yet. All right. So let me get past this here. All right. We don't know anything on him yet. We know. God, we should know this guy, it says.
Yeah, that guy's supposed to be easy, right? So that's Soldiers of the Sea
Part 2.
Part 2.
Soldier of the Seas. We know he was speared by a terrible beast. He's been kind of just like lingering for a bit too. I'll just start fucking around with him.
That's true. Yeah, you'd find it at that point, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're really close with.
Okay, there is somebody says his name in
Got
one
it.
of the yeah. Okay. I guess we won't have to do the detective work for that guy.
Nope. Locked him in. So that's
All right. Yes,
that chapter's done.
Nicholas. So Nicholas was also speared by a terrible beast. So I think we are comfortable saying that other guy was speared.
Speared by a terrible beast.
Mm-hmm. We
Yep.
just gotta figure out who the hell he is.
All right, so 2 done now.
Yep. 3 is
Three.
done now.
I think 4 is done now.
Yeah.
5, I believe, is done now.
Yep.
6, we do need some help on 6.
Yeah, but we know what happened to him, so that's another one we could easily brute force just by once
guy?
we have other ones that were locked in, we can
Yeah.
and we know that guy is some kind of Asian persuasion.
Yep. Spiked by a terrible beast.
Okay, so that's another guy we could potentially
Strangled
figure
by a
out.
terrible beast. Was
This guy.
we don't know. Oh, this is the guy that was in the back hallway that we were working on so
Uh-huh.
long.
And then we know what happened to this guy, but we don't know. I mean, I think we're pretty sure that it's not Marcus Gibbs at this point because it would have locked in a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So we can just say completely unknown,
Yeah.
I think. And then look into some more information about who these guys could be.
All right, let's work on
So-
this one then.
Yeah, let me pick one you like, and I'll start trying to help you get hints instead of telling you right away.
Well, this one's so simple at this point. Like there's
It should be. How many more Asian guys we got? It could be Persian too. I
yeah,
suppose,
so it could be 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
5.
5.
So we're down to 5 on him.
Yeah. This could be, any of the white dudes.
Yep. He looks like he was with the Formosans or near them.
I think we've figured out all the Formosans.
He is up here. Hey, oh, he's behind the Formosan photo. Okay. Unknown soul was strangled by a terrible beast.
It's okay. I'll tell you. Here's a fun thing from the the wiki. Like all Chinese crew members, Blank can be identified based on his footwear. I was like, that's probably not how people are identifying him, but okay. But it does show. It says his shoes are dark colored aside from white soles, and he wears white socks. This information needs to be matched with his shoes seen jutting from his hammock, tagged number in A Bitter Cold Part 1. So this is another one that we can get from the tag. So what if we did a little detective work to figure out who this guy is?
A Bitter Cold Part 1.
Well, we don't want to go there yet because we need to see his shoes somewhere else so we know what shoes to be looking for. So let's find another memory that guy's alive in.
The electrocuted guy?
Yes. Because we're not going to be able to see his shoes as he's being electrocuted. But if we can find another memory, he's just kind of hanging around, and we can go and find. Well, not that one, because that's the one where you can only see his shoes. Hey, yeah, that's fine. Unholy Captives Part 1. Let's do that. Main deck in the middle.
Main deck in the middle. Mr. Mister,
we'll-
get me out of here.
So we'll look at his shoes, and then we can go to Bitter Cold and figure it out from there.
Okay. I think this is him here.
Well, that's not him, but he's just hanging out there. This is the memory we need. Yes.
Is it this one?
This one right under our feet. I don't know. I think most of these are Unholy Captives.
What's the
Not this
doom?
one. So it's either going to be the guy like on the like who's laying on that big thing in the middle,
Yeah, I think that's him.
or it's the people behind us on the ground. One of the two. There you go.
Lift this out and
What the hell is going on? What do you know about these things? About the chest?
Alright, so we
and
know he's
your
not dead
friends?
yet.
这是虾米？未来全部供出来，恭喜你！
Searching around, looking at faces.
太厉害，
Looking at
吓
shoes.
人不死啊！
Shell? What shell?
Now you can do the zoom in thing to make sure. Not him. Nope. Guy's wearing a hat. That's Captain. There's our guy. Let's look at his shoes. They're black shoes with white socks. Okay. Let's go to Bitter Cold and see if we can find those same shoes.
Okay.
I'll tell you what number he is, but you know, I've made you do the detective work at this point, so I'm gonna.
That's fair.
Saya? Saya tutup. Aku terpilih.
Wasn't wearing socks.
Is that them? That looks like him.
That might be
38.
it. Could be.
Which one was he?
Back to the front of the first part of this chapter.
That's right.
Number 38, Huang Li. Okay.
That one I feel good about.
Yeah.
So that should be our third one,
Um.
right? No. Sorry.
No.
No,
we
no, no.
just
We're
figured out three.
yeah, yeah. We're still filling out this chapter here.
Yeah.
Uh,
So soldiers at sea. We still have. That's the one we're. I think.
Yeah, sorry. All right. So we got Hong in there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know
Figure out
who
this guy.
this guy is.
Let's figure out this guy.
It looks like he was he part of Soldiers at Sea?
Well, it's where he died, at least.
Yeah. Okay. That's where he was
Um,
stabbed. Unholy captives. Unholy captives. Murder. Oh, he was up there for the shooting.
Yeah. Why don't we go to his memories in Unholy Captives and see if we glean anything from that?
Which one?
Unholy Captives. Any of the ones that he's part of? Wasn't he part of a couple of those?
Yeah, that's third floor, right?
Maybe.
Oh shit. Where he at? Alright, over to the right.
Do we have a way of listening?
This is our guy.
He's got a hammer in his hand. That helps.
Wait, that's not him.
It's not
Is it?
him. No, but that is a guy holding a hammer. So
He's got to be a carpenter.
carpenter might make sense. We had him as a carpenter before, but we can call him a carpenter again. Oh, why don't you leave it as Winston?
Fair.
Why don't you explore this one a little bit more? Maybe. Oh, there's another guy in there. Oh, that guy looks interesting.
Is he the carpenter?
Well, if Winston's the carpenter,
All right.
apparently there are only 2 Americans on this ship, and
Oh, really?
it's these 2. And at one point, it's supposedly in the chat says boss to the other one, and they're the only 2
Oh.
Americans, so they have American accents, and if it's not
Huh.
one, it has to be the other. So that's how you're supposed to figure that one out.
Okay.
All right, well that helps us with Marcus and Winston, so we've locked in those as well. How many do we have left?
We 1, 2 for this chapter. There's only 2 left.
Yeah, but like, how many of like all the people
Oh,
we have left? No, we don't need to go back because we've done those early chapters. We've locked in those early chapters.
no, I was going to the crew. I was going to look at the crew.
Yeah, but I want to do it here where we can see faces and start putting faces to how they
Okay.
died.
So how do you want me to pull it up?
Just this way.
Okay.
This is 1. Let's keep paging through.
2, 3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5.
6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
10.
Okay.
10 people.
We've got 10 more people before
Mm-hmm.
like something more story wise has to
Yep.
tell us something. What do you say we try getting 1 more tonight?
Okay.
At least putting some stuff down.
Back in Soldier at Sea.
Yeah.
Or this guy apparently was strangled on part 4 by a terrible beast.
Yeah. Why don't we try figuring out who he might be?
He was in Unholy Captives, Soldiers of Sea Part 1, Part 4, and he was also in A Bitter Cold Part 1. So is he in
Bitter
one of the
Cold
hammer?
Part 1. That's our favorite chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bobby, what if I told you that, like most of the Chinese crew members, he can be identified based on his footwear?
Okay, I'm not going to do it again. Why don't you just tell me who he is?
let's at least go back to the chapter. Let's go back to Bitter Cold Part 1. But I will tell you, he has white slippers with black soles and striped stockings.
Okay, white slippers, black soles, striped stockings.
So maybe we'll be able to figure him out if his feet are sticking out of his bunk.
I think that they will be.
Could be. It's possible. I don't know.
I mean, it seems very much like something we'd see over here.
Maybe.
I bet you he'd be over here. Okay, can I see? Those look kind of striped to me.
Those look kind of striped to me.
All right, 39. For...
Let's see if number 39 is Chinese.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, passed it. Weird.
All right, so we got him locked in,
Yeah.
and then we just have. Why don't you tell me this guy, or what to do? Because we have some time, and this would wrap up at least
Fair enough.
this
Fair
chapter
enough.
will be wrapped up.
Holy shit. He's got 3 full paragraphs of identification.
He's the one that we were chasing around.
Yeah. So I'll tell you that his clothing helps us out here. So why don't you go to the full photo of everybody and see other people who might have similar clothing and see if that helps us out. So yeah, go back to the there you go. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, he's
If there's
over
anybody
here.
else? Oh, that's interesting. So might be some kind of steward. Interesting. Are there any other stewards available?
Well, these names that are crossed out just mean that they can't be picked.
They could be picked.
No, I'm
people
saying
who
like
have
they're
been
not
locked
right.
in.
Yeah, they're not locked
Right.
in. So there is Philip.
Does that guy look Swedish to you?
I don't know.
Would you say he looks more Indian or more Swedish?
Indian in this picture, perhaps?
I think you might be onto something.
Okay. All right. So
Let's see if we can, you want to try to lock in one last one and see if we can nail.
yeah,
Hey,
let's.
take-
Would that be back here on the Doom now?
I think it would be. Oh, there we passed one. All right, we got close to this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we could just brute force this one, but we don't have to. We should be able to figure it out ourselves, correct?
Yeah.
So this is, when did he die?
He's in 9
He's
Memories.
in the Doom.
The Doom
Part
Part
4.
4.
Okay. The Doom, Part 4.
Part 3. Part 2. There's Part 4. Your big old loop around.
Okay, identification. This guy is identified by association during, Bobby, you're not going to believe this,
A
Bitter Cold Part 1.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It can be seen that most groups of sailors congregate based on their shared country of origin.
Yeah.
Well, we know that because 38
Yeah.
and 39 were both Chinese. That makes a lot of sense. The only exception is this guy.
Oh no.
Whose hammock number hangs next to those of the Chinese guys.
Okay.
In the Doom Part 2, he can be seen in the same location, now sitting opposite of Wei Li. I don't think we figured out who Wei Li is yet, so that probably doesn't help you. Although his hammock is not fully up. Yeah. He can also generally be identified as his position due to multiple scenes where he's performing labor alongside other people of that position. The game generously accepts 6 correct answers for this guy's fate, the most out of any character. Probably because it's hard to say which guy is the one.
The problem is, Chase, is that I feel like I've been clicking on people that aren't crossed out.
Why don't you start clicking them from the bottom up, and then I'll tell you if there's a problem.
Okay.
Okay, there's a problem.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what the problem is, but I'll say one of them
was blasted with a cannon by, we thought it was Abram Akbar.
Shot with a loose cannon by Kraken Seaman Abram Akbar, blasted by an explosion, fell overboard, drowned by a beast, or eaten by a beast.
Here, well, that's what we have wrong.
What?
We have blasted by a cannon. So I'm gonna do shot.
Oh. No, that's just what shot is, right?
I just switched it. I just. Oh, shot cannon.
Yeah, I think that's just how they mark down that. Change the name of the seaman, and I'll just tell you when to stop. Stop. Okay. Let's go through our 3 just to make sure. Who are the 3 we have that we think are locked in?
We feel good about him.
Well, we have him as an unknown attacker. That's the reason. There you go. There's your problem.
Fuck. Do we?
So we need to figure out who.
This is the guy that. Yeah, he got shot.
Because it was through a wall and it was hard to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we can either figure it out or we can come back to this one. I don't care. You tell me what you want to do.
Well, here's the thing. We can brute force this one because now we know he was shot by somebody. And we know all the other things are right. So what if I just told you it was Charles Miner?
That sounds like something that piece of shit would do.
Yeah, up at the top. There you go.
Okay, so we got 9 done tonight.
Yeah,
which means
we didn't know who Charles Miner was before. We would now. So if we went back to that scene and looked at the face, we would have figured it out.
So we need to get 9 more, I believe.
9 more from the stuff that we have, plus 2 more chapters.
Plus 2 more chapters.
Yeah.
Okay. That
some
was...
of these, again, a lot of these are going to get easier just by the fact that we don't have many people left on the ship to identify.
I mean, I don't think that we have any, like, all these chapters leading up to where we're at.
Correct. The Doom is the only one I think we've got stuff on. And most of them are like people who are missing.
Yeah, so there's 2, 7, so only 7's left.
Okay.
And then that will get us into one of these other chapters.
So click on just one of these people so we can look at the names left. So there aren't that many names left.
3, 4, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6. One of them just said unknown.
Oh, sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep.
So there's
7 people for 12 names.
5 after that.
So we can see, hey, that guy in the top right, he looks pretty Asian, right? So how many more Asian guys do we have left? They've got a Persian and Chinese. Could be. Those guys might be a little tougher to figure out. I need to check the previous page. You know, that guy, you know, wearing a turban, that's
That Persian?
more likely than English. So we've got some ideas. Hey, I'm not.
This guy's having mushy peas for dinner.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the last guy we looked at. So like, this isn't cheating. This is just me like taking wild guesses, and we don't know what happened to these people. So maybe that's something we can figure out next time. But just to give us a couple of dudes.
Yeah, a couple of dudes there.
A couple of threads here.
Hey, that
All getting a little bit tired and a little bit antsy.
yeah, just a smidge, but still fun.
Like the blueprints, which we've been having a lot of conversations about lately.
Yeah.
It gets frustrating when you feel like you're not getting as many clues left to you.
Yeah.
And so
we
time.
It's time. It's time to solve this maritime mystery. Maybe next week, maybe not. We'll see. But come back to the sea, to see next Monday, if you
Very
will.
smooth.
This week we were Dead on the Water. This week we also have more games, if you can stomach it, to tell you
can't.
about.
I truly
Chase
cannot
can't.
stomach
He's
it.
over it. I am thinking Forever Skies could be a good Friday night game. I could show off my blimp, and that would be a good time. You can follow.
Whoa.
Hey, I
Are you
know.
allowed to do that on Twitch?
Yeah, what Twitch don't know, don't hurt them. That's what we got going on this week. But if you wanted to follow along with anything else, you can do so by going to our social. And if you wanted to follow along with what Chase has been up to, you can go there. Chase, what are you up to where people
Well, not
can go?
just me, it's still we, buddy, because you and I have been playing through Hazelight's new game, Split Fiction.
Having a
and
great
having,
time.
a very good time with that. So come join us. Episode 4 went out last week. Episode 5 comes out here on Wednesday. We'll talk
Fun.
about it again on the casual hour when we do that Wednesday. But that's been great. I think
been
we
great.
clocked that we're over half.
Over halfway there.
through that one as well. So having a good time there.
Wrapping
And,
up series
come-
left and right.
Yeah. So come check that out. It's been a lot of fun. I think it's a fun thing to hang out and watch as we play it.
Yeah, there's some good
so-
puzzle in there.
Yeah, so do that. And it's just, two buddies hanging out and having a good time and not doing incredibly slow, methodical puzzles like in other games that we've been playing. So, there's a little bit more
We'll
action.
speed it up after this one for
Yeah.
a bit.
And then I've got another podcast I do with my good friend Pierce Gorshane. It's called Pilot Program, where Pierce and I watch the first episodes of every television show ever made. We are recording our next episode this Thursday,
Ooh.
which means I'll have to edit it and post it maybe over the weekend. We'll see.
Ooh.
Depends on how things go. But I'm pretty excited about this one. This is 1993's Late Night with Conan O'Brien,
Ooh,
which,
fun.
the talk shows I think are just going to be interesting. We haven't really done a talk show for Pilot Program before, so just the mechanics of how that works, and then stuff about the guests that come on, and then also if we're going to talk about Conan O'Brien, we're probably going to talk about the Tonight Show stuff.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Which was like a crazy thing that happened in like my formative years and has become a thing that I think about a lot for some reason.
Yeah,
So,
it was a
that'll
big deal for
that'll be
us,
interesting.
us millennials.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to get Pierce's take on that, and we'll talk a lot about those things, and also just the nature and mechanics of talk shows. I think that's pretty interesting. So come check that out. Shows.acast.com/pilot program.
Oh, yeah.
Link in the chat there. It'll be a good time.
It will be a good time.